to get me caught up with what happened during the game. So when I turn these microphones on tonight, I know what the hell I'm talking about. But that whole thing there, there's a team everyone thought they would be. What, a winning team? They won the game, douchebag. where are we at? It was just weird. Speaking of weird, that Wizards thing, that's a sinking ship, dude, that's going on in D.C. You see what happened yesterday, Rob? Or in their last
The what thing?
That Wizards thing, the Washington Wizards.
Yeah, how they falling apart? Or you mean Bradley Beal getting hurt again?
That too. Like like they got a writ put on them or something. Like maybe it's Gilbert Arenas' wife. Did you hear about that? How she's suing him because he took back the $1 million engagement ring and sold it without her knowing. My man. My man. So maybe she put a writ on on every team he played for, starting with Washington, because not only like yesterday, John Wall, what you thought was a game winner, comes off screen roll, pulls up for a deep three, boom, splash. Everybody go home until George Hill gets the ball and drives past two defenders. Like this dude shot a layup at the buzzer. When the last time you saw that? Not off a fast break or anything. He did it out of a set, out of a half-court set. He ends up with a layup at the buzzer. Yeah, it's getting bad. Plus, yes, you're right, the Bradley Beal thing. That dude ankle fell off his body. Jesus.
Yeah, he can't stay healthy.
And it was like on some clumsy stuff. He's just running down the court trying to make a move, and his damn ankle just folded up. All right.
But you know the same thing happened to Jeff earlier in the game yesterday. We were recording. I didn't say anything about it because, of course, we weren't recording. But Jeff yesterday was going for a layup, and his left ankle, like, dude, he took a couple steps, and the ankle just rolled right up under him.
Yeah, I saw that on the baseline over there.
Yeah, his foot just rolled up under him, but he had on low-cut shoes, but he ended up going in the locker room putting on some high tops.
By the way, we're talking about Jeff Teague for the Atlanta Hawks.
Jeff Teague, right.
Yeah, you calling him Jeff like he's our damn homeboy or something. Yeah, like our boy Jeff.
Yeah. But you were talking about roots being put on somebody. Have you seen this story? And I think it came out maybe Thursday or Friday of last week, where some rapper named Lil B has been challenging KD to a one-on-one pickup game.
He swears he's cursed this guy.
And because KD has been refusing to play him, he said that he has put a curse that is called the base God curse on Kevin Durant, and that the curse will not be lifted until Durant decides to play him in a game of one-on-one.
I'm telling you, dude. Oh, you know what? I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you mentioned that, because it brings me back to something that we talked about last hour in Catfish. I was thinking about this last night while being catfished by the show. That I'm like, there's no way that you talk to somebody this long and don't realize you're being catfished. Now, what's happening is these people are living in this society that we're in now, where everyone needs to be famous for absolutely nothing. So for half of these people, it's about getting on TV. Like, you know that fine-ass chick ain't on the other end of that damn computer. You know that. But you're going to holler at Neve and Max. They're going to come in and fly you to, Wisconsin somewhere, so you can meet some big corn-fed broad that's faking you out like she's a model. Come on. Same thing with this. Some dude who's not famous for anything is going to use Kevin Durant to become, well, not to become famous, but so that people will talk about him like we're doing now. Yeah, I put a curse on Kevin Durant.
Yes.
If you had that type of power, why are you still unknown? Why does no one know who you are?
Put a curse on America.
Right.
By your album.
Exactly. Yeah, you're wasting your powers, dude. Trying to play the MVP of the NBA one-on-one. Yeah,
right.
Idiot, fool, stupid idiot. What else happened today in the NBA? Oh, here's what's funny. Yao Ming, Adam Silver, and LeBron James are among the Fortune magazine's 50 greatest leaders. Yao Ming for his the work he's done in China. I didn't realize that Yao was such a big I don't want to say this, man. He's should I call him an advocate? He's a person who's speaking out against the things that go on, like the communism that goes on in China, and some of the practices that he's big on that, and big with our animal rights, and some of the way that animals are treated in China. By the way, that tweet you sent was like 100 miles past ignorant about the dogs in the Chinese restaurant. That tweet.
Oh, did you see that?
Yes, I saw it. Everyone, go to Sports Kings Live at Sports Kings Live on Twitter. There's a tweet about dogs getting rescued from a Chinese restaurant or something like that.
A Chinese meat factory.
Here's the deal with that, and we'll get back to Yao Ming and LeBron Adam Silver here in a minute, because I'm the dude who thinks this way. Like, knowing that, does that make you look at Chinese food any differently?
Well, here's the thing. Over there, there's Ron Hunter. Ron Hunter's on.
Yeah, like you're really surprised. Yeah, Ron's gonna get it, cuz.
But it's here in Atlanta, so I mean, it's not far from. That's awesome.
He's gonna get it.
But over there, it's perfectly legal. Like, I've seen some stuff on National Geographic where they show like the meat market or whatnot, and it's dogs hanging upside down in the meat market where you just go in and pick out like what you like. If you go eat Dachshund, a Great Dane, a German Shepherd, or whatnot. But now I'll say this: there have been some pieces of meat that have been very hard for me to identify from certain Chinese restaurants. So I will go ahead and say that.
Did you finish the meal? No,
because I couldn't tell what the chicken was. It was supposed to be chicken, but it didn't quite look like chicken.
Did you taste
it? You know what I'm saying? You know how they do the General Tso chicken, where it's the chopped chicken.
Oh yeah.
Boneless.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, now, man, you ain't getting me with the boneless. So now what I get when I go to the Chinese restaurant is I get
do the boneless dog.
I get the dry fried wings, just so I know that those are wings, and I get them flat. I want all flat. You know what I'm saying?
No
so
joints, cuz.
The double bone is in there, yeah. And then I get me some shrimp fried rice or something like that. Like, I play it very safe at the Chinese restaurant. Because
you're ignorant.
No, because I don't, and I'm sure you remember this, Mike, but some years ago, on Camden Road, if you listen to this podcast and you're in the Metro Atlanta area, Camden Road, that China cafeteria right there on like the corner of Rainbow and Camden Road, like dude, they found dead cats in like garbage bags like a long time ago when that China cafeteria at first become popular.
Yeah, I've got no problem.
They found dead cats and stuff in the garbage bag right behind the restaurant.
Nah.
The health inspector.
Yeah, I've got no problem. No problem with it at all.
It was almost like they threw it out the back door when the health inspector came in, like, "Oh, get rid of the meow meow."
Yeah.
They throw it out,
Yeah, I have no problem with it at all. Like, if what I just ate is Little Sparky, and you put it in the right sauce,
great.
Yeah, I'm all good. Yeah, give me a double serve.
There's some of that yum yum sauce.
Yeah, dude. I've told
yum yum make everything taste good.
I told you guys before. I've never owned a dog a day in my life. I don't have one of those weird, white folks affections for dog where they dress their dogs up and kiss them in the mouth and all that. Nah.
Right.
Yeah, you want to put one on my plate and call it chicken? If I taste it and it tastes like chicken, I'm cool. Run it. Let's go.
Well, you might have to tell me that the dog is like some beef or something, man.
Well, why?
Chicken is,
I don't care.
Because chicken is unrecognizable. You know what I'm saying?
Not really.
And I think
like everything people eat, they say it tastes like chicken. People eat alligator, like, yeah, it tastes just like chicken. People eat squirrel. It tastes just like chicken.
They lying.
What you mean? I've seen alligator before. It's white meat, right?
It don't taste like chicken.
It's fibrous.
But it don't taste like chicken.
I've seen it before. I've never eaten it, but it's fibrous, and it looks like when you tear it apart, it looks like you tear apart a chicken breast.
But it's a little tougher. Like,
and let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100%. Like okay, white people, go ahead and cover your ears on this one, because this may be a trade. This may be a black one of those black trade secrets. Like, you put some seasoned flour on something and dip it in some oil. Yeah, 9 out of 10, it's gonna come out tasting like chicken. You know what I'm saying? Like, you batter anything and fry it. It could be a turd. Be like, what is this? Chicken? Nope, it's a turd. Tastes just like chicken.
Tastes like chicken.
Yeah, you put the right
But no,
seasoning and the right flour on it, it's good.
I'm gonna tell you what don't though. Like frog legs, like there's no way that you can, and it looks like a drumstick.
I've heard that
There's
too.
no way that,
I've heard frog tastes like chicken.
But there's no. I mean, it's a little bit. You know, it has that. I don't want to say fishy taste, but it has a different wild, gamey taste to it. You know, and like I said, you'd never be able to get a mistake for chicken because it's a little bit. It's a little softer. You know, the texture is a little different. You know, and it don't fry hard like chicken. You know what I'm saying? Because if you fry it, you know, to the consistency of like fried chicken, you overcook it. So, you know, but it's pretty good though.
Well,
I ain't never had no fried rattlesnake. But I heard that tastes like chicken too, because that's white meat.
Because that's common. Like I ain't never had no fried rattlesnake. No, many people have it. Many regular people have it. It's like your country is the only one talking about. Yeah, you know, you can't fry no frog this way. You can't fry no armadillo this way. Like regular people.
I don't know about the armadillo.
Don't have those type of things just like in the freezer. Like, yeah, go in that freezer and get that elk out of there. Whatever.
But when I do have some family like that, I mean, you know, squirrel, rabbit, possum,
like them two brothers on Swamp People.
Swamp People, yeah.
They be out there.
Exactly.
They be like, man, you hungry? Yeah, man, let's go out here and catch some lunch. What? Catch lunch?
Let's go shoot squirrel. Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's real talk, man.
That's a hard living, cause oh man, how much time we got? I got this real good story that I wanted to get into, man. That about this kid, man.
We got time though.
Yeah, we got like 20 minutes. This kid named Troy Causey. I ran across it today, and you know we've been talking about yesterday. We had a big conversation about the kids in the NCAA being exploited. And this story kind of brings to mind that the exploitation doesn't start there, you know, and this particular story ended up very tragically. This is the Sports Kings podcast. I'm Big Mike. He's Rob Calloway. We're being heard via Spreaker.com. Our social media outlets of choice are Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. They're all at Sports Kings Live. Make sure you give us a follow and a like and a friend and all that kind of stuff. You can also email us at sportskingslive@gmail.com. This story takes place in Dallas, and it has a lot of fibers to it, and it forces you to kind of ask some tough questions. This kid named Troy Causey, a high school basketball player, was killed during a fight with one of his teammates, and over what's suspected to be an argument over a video game. Now, the problem, that's only the beginning of the problem. The other part of the problem is these kids live together. They're not related, but they live together. And the story talks about how Troy was actually recruited while he was incarcerated in juvenile, to come play basketball. And it seems to be a big, if you know anything about like high school sports, a lot of times when you hear of kind of felonious things happening, a lot of times you'll hear them happening in the state of Texas, because like high school football sports is like a huge they build like professional stadiums for children, and but stadiums that are no good, by the way. They end up falling apart. Google it, you'll know what I'm talking about. In the state of Texas, what's happening now is young Troy's mom, she's suing the school board. Her name is Tammy Simpson. She alleges that the coaches, one of her allegations is that the coaches visited her 18-year-old son while he was in custody at the Dallas County Youth Village during an 8-month stint there, following an assault, arrest, and conviction to convince him to play basketball. The part of this thing that's where things turn bad is they convinced this lady to move her son out of her house and into the house of someone who is described as his third cousin. but not into the house. He's actually living in a converted garage.